Dun-it, dun-it, dun-it. All right. Yo! Let's see if this is coming out. Let's see if sounds comes out. Hello. Hello. Hold on. It's been a while since we've been live streaming on the YouTubers. Let me just make sure everything's working. I think everything's working. If you could hear me and you're in this live stream, let me know. Yeah, let me know, because on my end I can't tell. So if you're in this live stream, let me know. I got the comment section up. Let me take these out just to make sure that's not messing with anything. Yeah, what's up? We haven't been live since, I don't know, what, the NBA Finals? You hear me? What's going on? Yo, Michael L., what's going on? Parlay Dude, what's going on? Thank you, Charles, I appreciate it. Charles Lee Ray says I could hear you. Perfect. Thank you so much. What's up, gang? Can hear you just fine, says David. Thank you, appreciate it. We have not been live since, Ramon Bridges, how you doing? What's up? We have not been live since the NBA Finals. I mean, there's no excuses on my part. I usually write the articles for Patreon around this time, or finish them up and then do my own personal get everything in, right, in terms of my own lineups and setting everything. But yeah, why not? Also, with the move, not being able to kind of finalize myself somewhere, but the girlfriend's now working evenings and I got time. Sometime. It's been real busy, gang. The NFL course that I've been promoting and the YouTube videos in the beginning of them is really kicking my ass in terms of the amount of content I'm putting into it. But that's good for you. In the end of it, I'll be really happy to kind of see everything that's going into it. It's going to be like 5 hours of videos in there, showing you how I build these types of data sheets, showing you how I calculate pace projections, some of these algorithms, but then also taking my takes on bankroll management, my data sheets in there, everything. I mean, you can see it soon. It'll be live. But not only that, it's 5 hours of videos are projected to be, but it's also going to be a ton. What's going on, Lance? What's going on, Jeremiah? Bless what's going on, David? Or D. Kevin? What's up? What's going on, everybody? But yeah, also, there's a lot of articles. There's going to be at least 5 strategy type articles that have analysis in there in terms of the key stats I use and why. More advanced stats kind of with the descriptions, defining the stats like DVOA, DR, if you don't know what any of those are, success rates and why they're so important. And then, yeah, it's going to be great once it launches. Honestly, if nobody buys it, that's fine. Just for me personally, getting it done is huge. B. Paul says Nola and Sanchez. Yeah, Kyle Gibson, I love it. Here comes the questions. Yeah, feel free to ask any of your questions if at any point you do feel the need to donate, which, again, I'm not going to push any donations, but there is Super Chat enabled now on this channel because we are flowing through with thousands of subscribers. We just hit 5,800. Appreciate all of you. But yeah, B. Paul, Nola, and Sanchez. Yeah, so I mean, I'll be as transparent as possible in these streams. I don't do them often, so I will be. I don't do them often for MLB. They're definitely coming back for the NFL. How you doing? But yeah, so for these streams, the article is out on Patreon if you are a Patreon, so I want to keep it somewhat not fully letting you know what's going on in there. But yeah, Nola and Sanchez is fine. The more I looked into it, the more I think Sanchez is the optimal play in the bottom end. In the beginning YouTube video this morning, I was more on Adrian Sampson. But just looking at Sanchez, seeing that Seattle run total being around only 4.3 compared to Detroit's. Like, Detroit's lineup is terrible, right? No Castellanos now. It's a very, very bad lineup. They're rolling out guys who like literally can't hit the ball into the outfield 300 feet, let alone a home run. But they have a 4.8 implied run total. A lot of that is because they're playing in Texas tonight. A lot of that is because Adrian Sampson gives up 2 home runs per 9 and a ton of power. So, yeah, I do give the edge to Sanchez. Dan Rude, thank you for subscribing to the channel, man. Live shout out for you. Appreciate that. But yeah, so I would go, so where we got here. D. Kevin says, yeah. So I would go to, what's up, D. Kevin? What's going on? Reading all these comments coming in. I think Sanchez is fine if you want to go to the cheap end. I'm personally trying to get to as much Nola and Gibson plus Gibson and Walker Buehler, if I'm being completely honest. I think Buehler and Gibson I think Buehler and Nola are the 2 best plays on the slate in terms of the top range. Matt Boyd is right there as well. It's like 1, 2, 3, 1A, 1B, and then 2 with Matt Boyd. And then, yeah, Gibson is sort of, I don't want to get below Gibson at 8,900 today. I think that a lot of spots are sketchy. I think that Aaron Sanchez definitely at 5,300 provides value. But what you're hoping for there is 10 fantasy points, right? You're hoping that he could just get to 5 innings to be win upside, and maybe he gets you 14 fantasy points if he can get the win. He's not a guy that provides much upside there. So, yeah, if you're going below 8,900 tonight, you're really holding your nose wherever you're looking. Somebody asked about Gibson. Yeah, Lance Seals, you said Jake Bowers is now in the minors. I think he was one of the 20 or 25 one-offs I listed in Patreon. I apologize for that. He still pops up in, like, sort of my hitters projection numbers because I haven't just pretty much deleted his data to be back into the minors. That stuff I usually like clean in terms of hitters and all that. I usually clean it on like a 5-day basis. So yeah, if that's the case, that's exactly why. I mean, I have no idea what the transactions are day to day in terms of the MLB. I know the big ones, but not Jake Bauers. But so yeah, the big thing there was pretty much lefties for Minnesota is somewhere that you want to target today. Jason Kipnis. And then obviously there's tons of switch hitters with Santana and Lindor. So yeah, Jabril Patterson. I apologize, stumbling over my own words. I've been talking. I can't speak right now. This is crazy. It's because I've been talking so much, literally doing these videos for the NFL course. I'm excited to see how many people actually join in on this. We got 36 people live right now. What's going on, gang? That's pretty popping. But yeah, so anyone taking the chance on Mad Bum with his hot streaking course? Yeah, so I listed Mad Bum as the high risk potential to be in a winning lineup, but I'm not getting there. The fact of the matter is he gives up the second highest hard hit percentage on the slate at 44%, and that can get you by in certain spots. He does really well against Colorado, or at least he has this year. Mainly is because he's a lefty and they struggle against lefties. It's not because of no BVP bullshit type numbers. If you're relying on but he's 5 for 17 or 5 for 13 against Mad Bum in his career, and you're probably not winning much in DFS, to be completely honest with you, because that means zero. That means absolutely nothing for what he's going to do in his next at-bats, unless it was literally the game before and for some reason the pitcher's pitching on back-to-back days, because pitchers, they switch up their stuff every offseason. Obviously, age for both hitters and pitchers comes into play to determine their skill set each year, so yeah, Mad Bum, though, I'm not getting to. I think he's sort of that high-risk guy who can be there for you just because of the price point, just because of the fact that Colorado strikes out 25% of the time. But I can't get there because it's not like he's a ground ball pitcher. Like, if he was a ground ball pitcher, if this was maybe Dallas Keuchel, a pitcher that's Dallas Keuchel's ground ball type rate, which is kind of top 1%, but a little bit higher strikeout rate, I'd get there. But Mad Bum only has... he has a 40% ground ball rate, and then he has a 42.9% fly ball rate. That's not low enough. Like, if it's not in the 20s, it's not even in the 30s, it's in the 40s, and he's pairing that with hard hit contact. So I'm not getting there. I thought it was interesting earlier, but I'm probably not getting there. Sal, let's go. What's going on, Michael? What's up, Sal? Your videos have helped me become a much better DFS player over the past few months. Thanks, Tom V. I appreciate that. I'll continue to pump them out, man. There's no stopping the NFL. I literally got my little book right here in terms of prepping. I don't know if this pops up on the new green screen. New green screen behind me. It should make me look a little bit clearer. But yeah, this little black book right here is kind of the NFL DFS course. Some of the things I'm prepping for or finishing up for that now. Probably about 60-70% of the way done with that. Hoping to have that done by maybe Tuesday. Be able to release in sort of a soft release by then, but also my structures for some of these NFL videos coming out. I want to have something like this for the NFL, probably on a Thursday or Wednesday type video where it's a data sheet based. And then, yeah, I'm going to structure. I want feedback as well. What do you guys want to see from the NFL in terms of videos? I'll have sort of a target offense sheet, identifying pace, identifying defense versus position for each position, similar to the NBA, if you remember. Vegas totals on there. As well as the team. So target offense sheet. I'll have sort of an injury dashboard. Should not be that deep in the NFL come Thursday. We usually know most of the news for definites and players that are going to be risky. And then I'll have target interest at each position. I think that's a nice video for a Wednesday or Thursday later in the week. I'll definitely be covering showdown slates, 250,000 prize pools. You have to. I'll be covering the Thursday and the Monday night slates. I'll be covering a first look lineup on a Monday just for fun, right? Something we did last year. Really just more so because it was fun. I started with literally 100 subscribers. Really like 50 from my music reviews. If you go back on my YouTube channel for my first ever videos, I was doing music reviews just to learn how to use a camera. I didn't want to do that, but it was easy content to learn how to use a camera for this stuff. But yeah, first look lineups are something that I got into. A Q&A show is something that I'm trying to work out. There's going to be an exclusive one on Patreon. You can check out Patreon right now for my NFL package. Don't buy it yet because it's not going to be starting until week 1. I'm not doing preseason for Patreon. It's just too much work right now with MLB and WNBA. WNBA will end once the NFL starts pretty much. So yeah, you can check that out. There's going to be an exclusive live stream on Patreon as well as articles and data sheets and some other things. But I want to do a Q&A on like a Wednesday or a Friday or during a Friday later in the week. So let me know what you want to see out of the NFL. Drop it right now in these comments. Hit me up on Twitter. Be realistic, obviously. I'm not going to give you everything that's in the Patreon package on YouTube because there has to be some exclusiveness to it. If I'm providing extra content, it has to make sense logistically and financially on my part to actually do that, and also for the people paying to not have it just public. So yeah, let me know what you want to see. I have ideas, definitely have ideas for 5 days a week of shows, potentially 6 with a live stream on Sunday. So let me know. I'm excited. I'm so fucking excited for the NFL. That's where it all started, gang. Any thoughts on Pluko, says Michael L. Yeah, I don't want him. Pluko is not on my radar. I am actually very high on the Angels tonight. The Angels are a top 5 stack for me. Honestly, probably a top 3 stack for me. The fact that Pluko gives up 2.5 home runs per 9, I think that number is going to increase tonight. I think he's going to either leave the game early and give up 2 home runs or give up 3 or more. This Angels team is dangerous. He has a 5.35 Sierra, the highest on the slate. This is a pitcher who early on I thought was going to be decent, right, when he came back from his injury, and he's just been terrible. I mean, he's been manageable in good situations like against the Royals, but for the most part, no strikeout stuff. It's disappeared. The injury didn't help that. And then you get a 321 ISO versus righties. It's not expected ISO, but it's still the ISO, the realistic ISO. And then a 210 versus lefties. It's just not good. So, yeah, nothing on Pluko. I want the exact opposite. I want a lot of Angels bats. I'm not sure I get to a ton of Angels bats. I don't know what DraftKings did with the Yankees prices. I don't know if anybody else is building lineups right now. I usually start building my lineups right before I do the article. So like around 4-ish, I usually start building lineups 3:45, 4-ish for only like 20, 30 minutes to get an idea of what lineup construction looks like. But yeah, I don't know what they did with the Yankees prices on the second doubleheader. I don't get it. They're obviously going to be super highly owned when your 3, 4, 5 hitters are $4,000, $3,900, and $38 versus Brian Johnson. All right. Let's see. What else we got in here? What's up, Sal? What's going on? Drop a like for Sal. We should have 36 likes right now, says Ron Barlow. Thank you. I appreciate it, Ron. But realistically, the likes help a little bit, but the subscribing helps the most. We're above 5,800 right now. Look, I get it. The live streams are like the live streams are like the most fun I have doing content because I don't gotta edit it at the end. I don't gotta post it and put the descriptions in, right, and all that. And realistically, it's an interaction. I don't have to think about things to say. Obviously, I know what to say, but I can just come on here and straight up talk to you guys and take your questions. I love that. So NFL definitely going to do more of that. It's just a matter of logistics right now for me. Moving to the Raleigh, North Carolina area, interviewing for jobs, potentially having a job, finding the time to do it. Like I won't be able to do live streams at 5 p.m. when I have a full-time job for the time being. But I will be able to do live streams whenever I can pump them out. Like right now, girlfriend's at work and I have a break, or at least this is my break from the NFL course. I've been working nonstop since I think 5 a.m. I got up, and I think I've taken like 2 hours of a break to hang out with the girlfriend. This course is going to be something else. I'm very excited for it. Even if 0 people buy it, I'm excited for the work that I put into it. I'm going to be proud of it regardless. I believe so. Pluko sucks, says Timothy. Yeah, he does. Gray, question mark, says Quincy Collins. Yeah, I imagine you're talking about John Gray. I imagine we're not talking WNBA here, although we can if you want to. But yeah, Gray, not getting to him. If I was going to get to a pitcher from that Coors Field game, it's going to be Mad Bum just because he has the better matchup actually against Colorado. You might think Gray's against San Fran is better, but it's not. San Fran does not strike out. San Fran actually has power against righties since June 1st, which is the data sample I'm using. And Mad Bum just doesn't have any power, or not any power. But Mad Bum's dealing with a team in Colorado that has less power against lefties and also strikes out a ton against lefties. He works deeper into the games. Sure, he gives up hard hit contact. But when you look at John Gray, it's not like he's limiting hard hit contact at 38.7. So I don't want any of it, but yeah. Okay, thanks, Sal, for answering. No problem. Believe it or not, Sampson and Sanchez are good SP2s. Yeah, Timothy, you're right. They definitely are. Sanchez and Sampson are not, I want to say good. I would say serviceable. Sanchez definitely over Sampson. Sampson, the matchup is just, it's a disgusting lineup that Detroit's putting out there. Their lineup is god-awful. Sampson's a disgusting pitcher, though, so he gives up the highest hard hit percentage on the slate. He gives up almost 2 home runs, pretty much 2 home runs per 9, over 300 actual ISO to righties. He's not a good pitcher. He's only 4,500, though. Earlier on today, I liked Sampson more so than Sanchez, but seeing the implied run total come out for Seattle, seeing it be a little bit lower, seeing how big of a favorite he is, I think I do get the Sanchez over Sampson. But yeah, they're both serviceable. And honestly, below Kyle Gibson's price of 8,900, I'm probably not getting to a single guy outside of Sampson and Sanchez. And I realize right now I'm talking a lot about this slate. I never do live streams if you're a Patreon, so I never do live streams on MLB. So if I'm doing a little bit too much and talking about tonight's article a little bit too much, I do apologize. Wasn't even expecting to do this. I literally was sitting in my apartment and was like, you know what? I'm tired of recording videos for this course today. I need a break. This seems fun, so let's do it. I think Gray can shut him down. I mean, he can, right? Anybody can, but I'm not going to attempt that. Not at 7,800. I'm not going to tempt John Gray. I think they're both serviceable. I think they're both good pitchers in Coors Field tonight, which is why I'm not getting to any Giants. I'm not getting to any Rockies. It can be a bad idea. They both have nice totals, but so does so many other teams on the slate, which does speak to the fact that John Gray and Mad Bum are good and that those totals are lower. I'm just not getting there. I don't definitely totally hate that if you get to a John Gray tonight. I just don't want to go to that in Coors Field where I'd rather pay up a little bit more. I guess it's $1,000 more for Gibson, or just punt the position overall. Lions fan? Question mark. No, I'm not. I'm Willie. I'm the exact opposite. I'm a Packers fan. This is a Dodgers hat, but I'm a Yankees fan. Makes no sense. So that's why I turned the hat around before I got just plastered on the internet for that. But I've had this Dodgers hat. My dad gave it to me a while ago. But yeah. What else? What else? What time is it? 6:04. I'll probably stay on for like 15 minutes. What do we got? 43 people in here. What's up, gang? How's everybody doing? Which Astros bats are you liking? Which Astros bats am I liking right now? So yeah, I mean the price points on them is a little bit difficult. The fact that Gonzalez doesn't give up a ton of power overall, I mean the guy only gives up 0.94 home runs per nine, 5.7% walk percentage. It leads me to not want to get to the Astros as much. Now, they're still a top 5 stack of mine. I still like getting to them. But when you have the Yankees facing a guy who gives up a ton of power to righties, even if he's only out there for a few innings still, and they're all dirt cheap, I get it, they're going to be chalky, but differentiate elsewhere. When you have the Mets with a ton of power in that lineup from the right-handed side facing Chris Archer, maybe not a ton of power, but, I mean, you have Alonso, a ton of power overall, or power overall. You have Alonso, you have Conforto, you have Cano, who has shown some more flashes of power. You have Rosario batting first. Those are the types of players and lineups that I'm getting to. The Astros, I do have them as a top 5 stack option. I'm not getting them to them a ton because of the fact that they have a great lineup. It's expensive, and they're facing a pitcher who's going to limit damage compared to other similarly to much cheaper priced stacks. So honestly, it's the guys that you think I would like. It's your Jose Altuve's, your Alvarez's, your Diaz, who continues to just be an absolute stud. Gurriel, if he's in the lineup tonight, should be. It's those guys. I mean, their lineup is as potent as anybody, 1 through 8, even 1 through 9 if Jake is batting ninth. So, yeah, I don't get there just because of the matchup. Well, I do get there some, but it's mainly like one-off and three-man stack-wise. I do like targeting sort of a Bregman and a Correa. I'm literally listing the whole team, but that's how good the team is. Does doubleheader typically scare you away from bats? Says Tom V. Yeah, it's a good question. That you would think they'd be more fatigued or not. I don't think so. Like mentally fatigued more so than physical. I mean, baseball not that physically demanding, right? When you're up there 3 times and you're playing the outfield, it doesn't scare me away. No, if it was a tougher matchup, maybe, but no. Yeah, Kevin says all the Astros. That's pretty much what I just did, right? I just said all the Astros. Maybe top 3 QB, running back, wide receiver, tight end, and defense, or at least who you like, says Ron Barlow. Yeah, so Ron Barlow, for NFL, Patreon, I'm going to be writing an article where I do rank each position. Either full rankings, I'm not sure yet. I'll probably do more so around like a top 5 with analysis. In my early interests, or if it's a Wednesday or Thursday video, I'll probably do something similar, but there'll be earlier interests, whereas the article will be updated closer to lock, depending on injury news, depending on further research I do. So that's something that I could definitely add into the video, sort of an early interest, a top 3, or just really just a hodgepodge of all different positions. It could be only 2 running backs, it could be 6 quarterbacks, whatever is really standing out pricing-wise and matchup-wise that week. But I'm so excited for the NFL. I literally can't wait. Hey, B. Paul donates $1.99 to the channel. Thank you so much to the channel, to myself, whatever you want to say. I'm the only one here. So, B. Paul, thank you so much. Donated $1.99 through Super Chat. You can do the same if you'd like. Yeah, I appreciate it, B. Paul. You're awesome. Really great. I dropped a like and been subbed, baby, says Todd. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thoughts on the Indians, Sal? I love the Indians. Yeah, I think the Indians are great today. I think the Indians have been a sneaky stack for a couple days now because you have Coors Field in play. You have the Astros. And the Yankees and all these teams in great weather conditions. So, yeah, I think the Indians are in a great spot. Felix Pena, look, he's playing. He's starting now, I guess. Gives up a ton of power to lefties. This lineup is just built on lefty power or switch hitting power that has optimal numbers from the left side of the plate. Not only that, but the Indians are literally the Minnesota Twins since the start of June. Like, they are the Twins in Indian uniforms I wrote about the other day. A 221 ISO against right-handed pitching. That's pretty damn good. I mean, if you compare that to anybody else on the slate, only Atlanta has a higher ISO since the start of June and at 227, and they don't strike out. 17.7% against lefties since the start of June, 20.4 against righties. So this team has really turned the corner, I would say. So, yeah, I think the Indians are great. Santana, Lindor, standout, Kipnis, all those guys. You would stack Angels over Indians, says Willie. No, I would full stack the Indians if we're talking mini stacks. Mini stacks the Angels. So if I'm talking overall players, yes, the Angels. If I'm talking a full stack, probably more so the Indians. But my overall interest in getting to any sort of stack between the Angels and Indians, whether it's full or mini, is the Angels. I think they're just in a fantastic spot. What are we talking about in stacks? What do we want? Well, we want run production. We want home runs. We're not wanting guys to hit singles and get walks. There's nobody probably worse on the slate maybe a Ditweiler. Nobody worse at giving up home runs than Adam Pluko this year. And you have a ton of power in the middle of that Angels lineup. So in terms of getting to a 3-man stack or a mini stack or one-offs, definitely the Angels bats over Indians in my opinion. If you're trying to get to a 5-man stack, I might give the edge to the Indians for pricing reasons, for just overall production reasons. And there's my email always popping up on me. So yeah, I would stack the Angels over the Indians. If you want to be kind of more detailed with it and say full stack, it gets a lot closer. It's kind of a toss-up. I'd probably go to the Indians on a full stack, but just overall interest in the stack and the team, it's definitely the Angels for me. Just because I want power. I want the power upside, and you're going to get a lot more from facing Pluko than you're going to get from facing Pena, in my opinion. And just what the numbers say. Go Pack Go, Cheese Nation. Hey, Johnny Moses, how's it going? Yeah, go Pack Go, man. I don't know if you knew that I was a Packers fan. I'm not sure if we had that conversation. I feel like we have. But yeah, I'm a Packers fan. Hey, Sal, who do you like more, Nola or Scherzer, says Timothy McDove. Scherzer's on the slate? What you mean, boy? Timothy McDove, you talking about just Nola or Scherzer in general, or Nola or Scherzer meaning Steven Strasburg? Let me know. Yo, what's good, Sal? How did you do for the NFL Showdown? What's going on, Dylan Ward? NFL Showdown, yes, the NFL Showdown preseason. Did decently well. I don't know exactly what I finished with, but won $30 on the 5. I didn't get into the big one. Literally right, and this happened to me tonight in the MLB. I tried to enter my main lineup into the main $18 burn your money special for $50K to first, and I was literally just too late, so I ended up getting a bunch of more single and 3-mans. Or 3 maxes. But for the showdown slate, for now they have a $50K. I'm going to do a video for the NFL preseason as best as I can. But for the showdown slate, I got into the $5 after that. It was like $10,000 at first. They still made a pretty nice tournament, and I won $30. I think there was a lot of overlay though, but I got lucky. I captured the only 2 touchdowns on the night, or 2 of the 3 touchdowns on the night, not the last one. But yeah, the showdown was actually pretty fun. I think the Packers defense will be highly improved this year with secondary and Jair, Savage, Jackson, and King. Yeah, I agree. I mean, that's all they did in the draft. All they did in the draft was increase the defense, right? They even went out and got some more defensive pieces in free agency here and there. They let Mike Daniels go, which is a huge question mark and a huge why, but I get it. They don't want to pay him next year with Kenny Clark coming up. But yeah, Moses, I mean, I agree. It's obvious that the defense should take a step forward. In my opinion, the offense should take a step forward with Geronimo Allison back. Everybody wants to hype up MVS. I think MVS is great, but Allison's the guy who's going to be the number 2 receiver. He's going to be the guy who's going to be an absolute monster out there, in my opinion, if he stays healthy on the opposite side of Devontae. Sox pen got used, stack the Yankees. Yeah, I think the Yankees are in a great spot. I don't think it's going to shock anybody. When you have a 6 implied run total, or higher now, it was 6 the last time I checked, and your team is dirt cheap. Like LeMay, who's expensive, okay, he just hit 2 home runs. Maybe he could do good in this next game. But Aaron Judge is $4,000. Torres is like 39, and Urshela's like 38, and they're batting 3-4-5. I don't know how you get away from that. What's up, Sal? Good to see the live stream going. Let's have a positive night. Hey, what's going on? E made it. Yeah, live stream's back, man. For now, at least, right? I got bored. I got bored here. And not even bored. I've been working all day, but I figured why not hop on a live stream? It's been a while. I figured somebody will hop into it. We got 37, topped out around 50. I get it. The Ultimo guys are probably live now. Right now, they're great. They've got their little niche for the MLB live before lock stuff going on. So people are going to be there. This isn't like the NBA Finals where everybody's eyes were on this stream because we were the only ones doing it at like 5 p.m. What's going on, Melissa Bright? How you doing? Timothy, in general. Oh shit, I meant Strasburg. So in general, okay, so Strasburg versus Nola. I like Nola tonight in a vacuum, in cash. In tournaments, I still like Nola. I get it. He's going to be extremely high owned. I don't care. The matchup is fantastic. Second worst in the league since June 1st against righties is Chicago in terms of generating power. They strike out a shit ton, 26.2% during that span. I do think Nola and Walker Buehler are a lot closer than the ownership showing. In general, if you're telling me just general sense, I like Steven Strasburg way more. Yeah, I mean, the guy gives up less damage overall than Nola in terms of home runs. He gets he's an ideal pitcher this year. Strasburg is going completely untalked about this year due to all the other pitchers kind of coming up, due to all the trade deadline stuff. But the dude has over a 50% ground ball rate, which is elite, while also maintaining a 29.6% overall K rate, a .83 home runs per 9, which is elite numbers. So yeah, I don't know why he's not getting talked about more. He's having, I mean, Scherzer's on his team, right? That's kind of limiting things. Corbin was the acquisition, so there's a lot of sexy players just on his team alone in terms of how good they are at pitching. But this guy's been, lights out. 6% walk percentage. The dude has a 29, below a 30% fly ball percentage, and above a 50% ground ball percentage is elite. Below a 30% hard hit percentage, 27.4%, is elite. That's like one of the best pairings in the league. And then you take into account he's also striking dudes out. Yeah, he's a monster, but I'm not paying for him today on a slate where the top end is loaded with great arms. $10,000 and above, you have 6 options that are just fantastic, most of which have really good strikeout stuff. What's going on, Cortez? I knew what you meant. I always get them mixed up, says Tall. Yeah. All right. Cool, gang. Keep asking the questions. I'll stay on. I got till probably 6:30, and then I'll just kind of edit through my lineups, check on any late news potentially, and get back to kind of doing this DFS course. Is anybody watching this? How many people are in here? 36 people in here. Is anybody watching this interested in the DFS course, or the NFL Daily Fantasy course? I can give you a little insights. I'll give you a little bit of insights. This is what it's looking like right now, and I'm going to add more. So this is the course. It's a lot. There's 11 sections. Right now, I'm pretty much through. Out of the 11 sections, completely finished with like 6. Most of the way finished through like another one of them. But yeah, we're looking at contest selection, more in depth. My actual strategies written down, talked about. My process there. NFL bankroll tips with like an algorithm on how I project how much I'm going to spend with a dynamic bankroll, meaning that if you win money, you get to spend more the next weekend, and exactly how much it calculates it for you. If you lose money, well, now you got to spend less, how much it calculates it for you for all different types of risk that you want to do. I don't want to be selling this right now, but I'm just showing what's in here for people that were interested, if any. These are going to be articles. Key stats are about 2 pages each in terms of key stats, why they're important, advanced stats, the ones to look for the most in terms of building your own stat sheet. I show you how to build a stat sheet similar to this one, but for the NFL. Opportunities, we talk about how that's going to impact. We talk about stacking, ownership, what that means, how to utilize Vegas, not just, this is the high over-under, but no, how to find edges by using Vegas, whether it's player props, whether it's identifying late line movements, all this stuff, right? Emotional betting, how to kind of identify how the crowd works. Showdown, hand building, showing you how I project, pace, all those things. So yeah, I'm excited for this course. Really excited. Yankee stack viable. Yeah, it's more than viable. It's definitely viable. It's my number one stack tonight, to be completely honest with you, for the 40 of you watching this. Yeah, the Yankee stack is my number one stack tonight, honestly. I like stack in terms of probably more so mini stack, but I'm fine getting to a 5-man there. It's not like the lineup's completely putrid. I get it. You have Austin Romine in. There's no Sanchez. It's a doubleheader. You've got some other guys like Topman, who's actually been doing better, but not that great overall. But you still have a cheap Hicks batting fourth. Your 3 through 5 hitters on the Yankees today, or your 2 through 5 hitters, so Judge, Torres, Hicks, and Urshela, all have power. All are really good at making contact outside of Judge, but when he does, it goes far. And this year, he's been a little bit better, actually. Those 4 guys are all below 4,000 or below. So I don't know how you don't like that. And on a team that's implied for 6 runs against a pitcher who gives up a ton of righty power, I get it. Hicks is a lefty, but he's batting 4th in the middle of the Yankees lineup. That's implied for 6 runs. So that's probably going to be chalky. Nola is probably going to be chalky. So when you're going through and making your lineups, make sure that your one-offs or your SP2 or within your stack of the Yankees or whoever it might be is different. If you're playing the 5 chalky Yankees, the chalky Aaron Nola, the chalky Aaron Sanchez, the chalky 3-man stack or one-offs, you're not going to win a damn thing. You got to have difference in your lineup. Do a little bit differently. You can't win with a chalky lineup. You can win with chalky pieces for sure. You can stack a whole 5-man chalky team. You can stack the chalky pitcher, get different with your SP2, or at least just get different with a 5-man naked stack and then go with 1-1-1, right? 3 individual hitters not from the same team, power hitters that are not going to be as highly owned, and that's where you can kind of make it work for you. Especially coming off a game 1 where the Red Sox bullpen was used a lot. Yeah, Mike Lowe, you make a great point. The Red Sox bullpen was literally just used a little bit, or a good amount actually. I think that they're well rested before that. But it's mainly due to the fact that they're affordable. They have a high total. They're facing a bad pitcher. The back end of the doubleheader, you can say what you want about it. But they just won the first game. If you told me they lost the first game, maybe it's a little bit different if you want to talk about emotional side of it. But I think they're fine. Ownership projections, Sal says Tweezy Bazy. Yeah, I have no idea. I would love to do ownership projections for you, but I personally do not think anybody knows how to do ownership projections other than Awesemo. I'm being completely honest with you. I've looked at other sites' ownership projections. I've tracked other sites' ownership projections. I've tracked Awesemo's ownership projections in short-term spurts. They are good. They are really good. They are scary good. And I'm not affiliated to Awesemo. Like, I'm not getting paid for doing this. I'm saying honestly because why not be honest about this, right? What do I have to hide? Yeah, they're good. No other site that I've seen is good. Other sites will give you a, for instance, for the NFL, and I'm not bashing any sites. I'm just saying it's not helpful. Other sites will say, oh, he'll be between 5 and 10% owned this week. Ezekiel Elliott will be between 16 and 21% owned this week. How does that help me? That doesn't help me at all. If he's 21% owned, well, that helps me because now I know he's going to be highly owned. If he's 16% owned, he's under-owned. How are you going to give me this gap? That doesn't help me. 5% is a big gap difference, but Awesemo will get right down to the decimal. It's scary. Obviously, they can't spot on predict the things, but they're in the neighborhood or really close a lot of the times. It's crazy, honestly. What Sal said, which Yankees do you like? Yeah, I mean, the 2 through 5 hitters, really any Yankee you want tonight. You can go to Austin Romine batting 8th. I probably wouldn't, but you can go there when you have guys like Wilson Ramos batting 5th for the Mets against Chris Archer and things like that. You have Kurt Suzuki batting 5th for Washington today against Robbie Ray, who does give up power to righties. But yeah, I like the Yankees. The 2 through 5 hitters are hard to ignore. They're all dirt cheap. They're $4,000 or below, and they all have power. And Aaron Judge, Hicks, and Torres. Even Urshela has power. So yeah, all of them. I probably don't get to DJ LeMahieu, even though he's the most consistent hitter in baseball. I probably don't get to him at 4,600. I am also letting you know that Yankee stack 2 through 5 will be a chalk fest. They're dirt cheap with upside and a good matchup and a high run total. It will be a chalk fest. It allows you to do whatever you want really at pitcher. So just keep in mind that if you're pitching 2 chalky pitchers, Aaron Nola and a most likely Aaron Sanchez or whoever it might be, paired with the Yankees stack, and that's somewhat chalky, you have to find 3 one-offs that have upside. Because if all the other chalk goes off, you have to make sure that you have one-offs with upside, meaning that they can hit home runs and they're not going to be highly owned. Thoughts on the Giants offense tonight? Yeah, I'm not getting there. I just like so many other stacks, and you can only play so many stacks with so many teams. I'm not a guy who enters 150 lineups, at least not yet personally. I'll be completely transparent and say that. I have been saying that since I made this channel a year ago. I enter a lot of single entries. I enter a lot of 3-mans, usually with the same lineup. And I build 1 lineup to 2 to 3 lineups a night. And yeah, I'm not getting to the Giants or Colorado. I get it, it's in Coors Field, but you're actually facing 2 decent pitchers tonight. Not decent enough or good enough for me to actually want to get to them in Coors Field, although Mad Bum's interesting. But I'm not getting to the Giants offense. I mean, if you're going to get there, I'd say just target the righties, which is easy to do in that lineup. I'm personally just not getting there, if I'm being completely transparent on that. 621, gang. All right, we're down to 30. Cool, this was fun. I think I'm going to bounce. If you're not subscribed to this channel and you're watching this, hit the subscribe button. Appreciate that. We're less than 200 subscribers away from 6K. That's going to be fun. Can you win GPP with just picking all one-offs, Sal? I'm going to say no, you can't. Well, hold the horses. Okay, Sal, would you say you can win a GPP by picking all one-offs? It's so unlikely, and if you're not stacking, you're going to lose long-term. If you continuously play lineups each night that are not stacks, that are not main 4 to 5-man stacks, a 4-3-1. I like doing a 5 and then 3 naked, so you have opportunity to get different very easily. So naked just means a 5-1-1-1. But if you're just picking all one-offs, it might win you some money here and there. Probably not going to win you a tournament. And a month from now, I can almost guarantee you won't be playing DFS in the MLB. Well, maybe not a month from now because the NFL will start, so maybe you don't want to anyways. But just pretty much the point is, if you're playing one-offs only, long-term, you're not going to win enough money to survive. You're probably going to dip into your actual bank account, which is not good at all ever, to continue to hit the deposit button. If you continue to do that, just put $100 deposit in and then actually work through a bankroll management. I'll have that in the course. But yeah. Did you, no problem, Michael. Dylan, what's up? You said, did you play 5-1-1-1? What do you mean? Yeah, so what I mean there is just a 5-man stack. So, for example, tonight, if you wanted to stack, I'm just picking a random team. I saw Oakland. So if you want to stack Oakland, you pick 5 players from Oakland. What's a 1-1-1? Just 3 one-offs. A player from Washington, a player from the Dodgers, a player from Detroit. Don't go try and make a lineup. I'm just naming players. But yeah, it's just you stack 1 main team to get as much correlation as you can from them, because trying to pick 8 guys in your lineup that are going to do well, or 8 guys who are going to hit the home run or the double or the RBI triple, whatever it is that's going to get you to win a tournament, is so hard. They're all random events. Trying to find 8 random events is extremely hard. Trying to find 1 team that scores a lot of run and getting 5 players from that is not as hard. You get the middle of the lineup, you'll get more correlation. You spread it out, you could even get more correlation in that lineup. And then you go and you say, okay, which batters are in the best position today based on their matchup to hit a home run? Which batters are in the best position based on their spot in the batting order to hit a home run or just get on base or have more at-bats? And that's where I go with my one-offs. I like the 5-man naked the most. Getting to a 5-3 stack, 5-man and a 3-man stack is fine. 5-2-1 is fine. It's all fine. Yeah, but that's what I mean by a 5-1-1, if that helps. I got you. Makes sense. Yep, definitely. Does enough of the NFL course material carry over other DFS sports to make it worth watching, even if I don't plan on doing NFL DFS? Benjamin Dean, what's up? So Benjamin Dean, I'd say a portion of it is general based, but a lot of it is going to be NFL specific, to be honest with you. And I can show you it right here. I mean, not the actual lesson. Like, I can show you the layout. There's going to be things that I'm adding and continuing to add. I have them in the notebook. But contest size and payout structure, that's going to be general, but also specific to the NFL in terms of the specific contests I like. But there's general concepts. This is just specific to the NFL, the cash game versus GPP. Smaller slate strategy is kind of general. How to win a big tournament will be general, right? Those things are general. My NFL bankroll strategy, it's a little bit different for the NFL because there's so much more money that you can get down because there's so much more money out there in DFS. But it'll be general based too, if you wanted to. I have the spreadsheet for that, how to track it. Tutorial on creating a model. This is going to be for NFL stats. It can be used for general speaking. Key stats, this is all NFL related. This is all NFL related in terms of opportunities. Stacking is going to be all NFL related here. Ownership will be general plus NFL related. Vegas is going to be very general plus NFL related. Yeah, so it's going to be like 25% general, 75% related to the NFL. Although I do plan on creating a course. If this one goes over well, either way, I want to create a course for the NBA because that's my favorite DFS sport is the NBA. The thrill of every single night having to wait until lock and figure out what's happening. I love it. So the NBA, I'm going to create a course for. There's potential that I do it for the MLB next season, depending on how good those ones go. So yeah. What's going on, Desmond? How you doing? So let me know if that answers your question, Benjamin. If I'm being completely honest, like 25 to 30% of the course will be general DFS type stuff, probably closer to 25%. Most of it's going to be, the far majority will be NFL based. But yeah, that's a great question. I'll probably do an NBA course as well. The NBA course is going to be more difficult because it'll be in the heart of the NFL season trying to get content out. So we'll see how that one works. Dylan Ward, man, I can't wait for the course. What's going on, Dylan? Again, I keep saying what's going on, but what's up? Yeah, I can't wait for the course either. I'm excited that you're excited. The goal is to do a little bit more tonight with it over the next hour or two. Gotcha. Yeah, no problem, Benjamin. Do a little bit more tonight with the course over the next hour or two. Tomorrow, really crack into the course, do some of the data. The things that I'm saving for last is how to build these types of data sheets, build some other things. And then, yeah, then it'll launch probably mid next week. I'm guessing at the latest, like on Wednesday. The earliest, probably Tuesday. So yeah, if you're not yet signed up, sign up. It's linked in all the descriptions of my YouTube videos to sign up for the course. And what I mean by sign up is you sign up for an email opt-in, which means I'll send everybody an email once the course is ready. It's just for me to track engagement. Right now, like 100 people are interested. And I do have another email list that I'll probably send it out on just in terms of general people interested in my YouTube channel. So yeah, cool. All right, gang. We've been here for 37 minutes. Was not expecting that. So appreciate you once again. B. Paul, thank you so much for donating $1.99 to the channel. Appreciate that. Respect. That's awesome. You didn't have to do that. That is your hard-earned money, and I really appreciate it. So best of luck tonight, everybody. I have one more question, says Dylan. Yeah, what's the question? Fire. Best of luck, everybody. After I answer Dylan's question, we out ya. Peace out, Melissa. Appreciate it. Appreciate everybody tuning in. This was fun. I missed live streaming on YouTube. We've been on Sportscaster, which has been a ton of fun as well. But yeah, I miss live streaming on YouTube. MLB is just boring to live stream about, to be completely honest with you. MLB is a boring sport. NBA is actually fun. NFL is actually fun. Hey, thanks. Thanks, great filibuster. For the NFL Showdown last week, did you go live or update your picks from your video? Whew. What do you mean, Dylan? I didn't go live. I didn't go live for NFL Showdown. NFL Showdown, I did the video. Unfortunately, the only time I could do that video was on Wednesday early morning at 5 a.m. And then, of course, you get all the detailed information later in the day on Wednesday. So I got guys coming into the comment section saying, this guy doesn't know nothing. And I'm just like, sheesh, YouTube NFL fans are back. I noticed a lot of lineups had the defense. Yeah, the defense was something that I didn't mention. I don't know why I didn't mention defense and kicker. Upside, kicker a little bit tougher when there's two of them. Yeah, defense was something I didn't mention. For some reason, I just assumed that it was like general knowledge that there's a 34 total. I don't know why I didn't say anything about that at 5 a.m. But yeah, I did have only the Broncos defense in my main lineup. I think I only entered 2 or 3 contests for the Showdown, the main ones. So yeah, you think Astros will be chalk? I don't think the Astros. No, the Astros will be chalk due to their price point, due to the fact that they're hyped up, but not overwhelming chalk. I think there's just so many other options on the slate. I think the Yankees will be chalk. But yeah, a lot of lineups had the defense in the preseason slate, 34 total. Lots of backups in the game, backups on defense as well. It's not like either defense really showed out. I mean, would you get 8 fantasy points from them? So I didn't recommend them. I would have recommended them if I was actually thinking to do that. I literally the whole time just thought that, I don't know why I assumed that, wrongfully assumed that everybody just knew that the defenses would be a nice play. So I was just going with skilled-based players. But yeah, defenses in a game like that are definitely in play. Okay, cool. Thanks, bro, because you told me you won $30, and I remember you never mentioned the defense, so I was confused if I missed it or something. Yeah, I won $30 in... I won $50 on that night, but I had 15 in play, so it was like 35 profit. So that's what I meant. But entered three contests or something. Had Broncos defense in terms of just fitting in another like floor type play for 5 fantasy points. They ended up getting 8 or whatever they got, and then was able to kind of get the Brian Hill was in my captain spot. I don't even know if his name is Brian Hill now. I really don't care, but Hill was in my captain spot, and then whoever the Muhammad or the other guy was in the flex. So capturing 2 touchdowns helped. Finished high, top 200, lucky, like extremely lucky. It's a showdown slate. But would have been nice to have that last guy who caught the touchdown. I don't think anybody had all 3 touchdowns in their lineup, actually, which is pretty crazy. Sal, real quick, LAV, WNBA. Great question. Yeah, I'm all in on Hamby. I'm all in on Hamby for WNBA. That's something that I have to set right now, actually, now that you remind me. Yeah, no Cambage. I like the other side more. So obviously Hamby is going to be huge. Then you have players that are going to go down and get a lot more, like Jisoo Park is going to see minutes now, which is just ridiculous. They have no forwards. They have just no forward help. So all the guards should get a little bit of a production bump. Hamby is going to be an absolute monster. She might actually play 40 minutes tonight. I would not doubt it to see Hamby play all the minutes when they only have now like 3 forwards on the roster and the other 2 average like 10 minutes a game. So give me all the Hamby. I like the other side of it, thinking a little bit differently than the field. I like getting to more Dallas. I like Thornton and those types of players over there. Not going to get to Gloria Johnson, but I do think Thornton becomes a much nicer play now with no Cambage down low. So that's it. 6:30, perfect time to stop this. Peace out, gang. Peace out, gang. Peace out, gang. Peace out, gang.